So, Captain America issue 24. This is the build-up to the big issue 25, and in this issue nothing happens. There's no, big fight, because we just had that last issue, and there's no, interesting developments, because that's going to happen next issue. All we have is kind of, set up to what's coming next. So we have, Alexander Lukin, he's doing some stuff in the background. Red Skull, there's some interesting stuff being set up with them. And most of it is just Sharon and Steve talking. They spend an entire page just talking about chicken. And it's really, it is a nice change of pace, don't get me wrong, but this is as filler issue as filler issues get. There's no, there is nothing, leading to forward momentum, until you get to the final page where you see Sharon Carter. In the last issue, she was using the Iron Patriot suit. In this issue, she's got her own. By the end of the issue, we get to see it, and it looks kind of okay, because it's Daniel Acuna's art, and Daniel Acuna's art is brilliant when he's drawing stuff that's set in space. This is very much not set in space, so it's not his wheelhouse. So it all just looks, it's got that same muddy, dirty tinge that his Black Panther does, but it's not set in Wakanda or in space where that kind of style is brought to life. It's set in a city. It's set in New York. It's set in America. So that whole art style doesn't work, and it kind of falls flat. And I almost prefer the artwork of last issue, where it was more cartoony and felt more full of life. Here everything just feels it's just there's no life to the artwork in this. The way that Ta-Nehisi Coates writes Captain America is almost non-existent, because again Cap has 2 lines in this entire issue, which is basically this chicken's good, we should eat more chicken. What? This is honestly one of the weirdest comics that I've read this year, just because nothing happens throughout the entire issue. Cap, I've loved Captain America since the first issue. I think it's an amazing run. I think Ta-Nehisi Coates gets the character, but the main problem with the book is Cap is just not a main character in his own book, and that's a big problem for me, because I want to read Captain America. I don't want to read Sharon Carter and her flag-toting friend. I don't want to read the Ladies of Liberty with Captain America as a side character. I want to read Captain America and have the side characters feel like side characters, not the main event. And it feels like the main event is Sharon Carter and what she's doing and how they're going to build her up. And it may very well build into her dying, or they're going to do something really interesting with Sharon, because unless they've done that and they're still focusing on her for some reason, because I thought the last issue was kind of the climax of everything that they were building up with Sharon, and she's finally been restored, but now we're dealing with, she can actually hear the voices of the people that Selene was like stealing the souls from, and apparently there's going to be a big thing with that. I don't know. I really don't think that's going to be a massive thing, but it could be. It could be. The thing that I don't get is the big thing that they're building towards is the Red Skull coming back, and the Red Skull is back, but he's still Alexander Lukin, and it's like Alexander Lukin has this split personality. Well, one is the Skull, and one is like just Lukin himself, and he's not 100% into it. He's like, this man is this thing that's inside me is a fucking monster, and you should have just left me to die. And his wife is like, we need the monster, we need the Red Skull, because what we're going to do, we need no remorse. And I think that's kind of a cool like way to go forward. But also, like, nothing's happening now. Like everything that I'm like interested in, all of the interesting stuff is going to come to a head much later on. And and Ta-Nehisi Coates is building this story for the long haul, because we've still got to deal with Kingpin. He's still got a thing that he's doing. Celine's been dealt with. Other characters have been dealt with, but we've still got to deal with the Red Skull. And I feel like the next arc is just going to be like the first of many more with Red Skull to come. And I feel like Ta-Nehisi Coates might be doing an Nick Spencer and might be dragging out this whole storyline with the Red Skull and Alexander Lukin coming back to like issue 50, or like at least to the big like 100 issue that but the thing is, you don't have an interesting new villain like Kindred that is like this mystery. We have Alexander Lukin, who's not really that interesting, and you're trying to drag out this storyline with him. And like the last interesting thing he was in was the Winter Soldier, and the Winter Soldier, like, that was a 6-issue arc, and it was interesting because of the Winter Soldier. It wasn't interesting because of Alexander Lukin. But I digress. Captain America issue 24 is probably the weakest issue of all of them, and I hate to say this, but I don't feel like Captain America is a great book. Like, out of all of the things that are coming out of Marvel, I'm least excited for Captain America. I'm still excited for every new issue of Captain America, because I think Ta-Nehisi Coates is writing a good story, but there's too many changes in the artist. None of the art styles has really grabbed me yet, and the story just is starting to bore me a little bit. It's interesting, but it's taking its sweet fucking time to actually get to anything really like tantamount, or anything that's actually like really good. Like with what's going on in Spider-Man at the moment, it took a while to get to something that's really good and like really makes you like invested into the book that you're reading. But like, I haven't had that feeling with Cap yet, and I don't know if I will. I don't know if that's the kind of book that Ta-Nehisi Coates is trying to write. But I think I should be invested in your book. But at the moment, I'm just not. So, I like Captain America, I'm just not loving Captain America. And that's kind of that's kind of everything that I've got to say about this issue. It was just filler. Filler leading into big issue 25, where they're going to have a big fight that's going to last a while. And then there's going to be more big fights that are going to last even longer. So, I'll see you guys in the next video. Check out my Twitch. My Twitch is actually doing pretty well. We are almost at 100 followers. So, yeah. Go check out my Twitch. Go check out my Twitter, Instagram, all that lovely stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.